Welcome back. Why do I keep saying back? Like, damn, I don't know. Anyway, um, the plan was to start the shift mechanism, um, but I felt like I needed to get the tank on here, especially while I had help here, to figure out, where our measurement is at from here to where the tank's at through here, because I knew I'd had to cut the shifter. So I went ahead and did a measurement from here on the actual tank, measured up and came down like 2 inches, and then we cut that off so that the tank would fit. But then I did another measurement up through here, and we were pretty much top, 3/4 of the generator. The carburetor was probably about right in here somewhere, and then of course this was too high, the oil fill. So figured I'd go ahead and get the tank on so we can kind of get this section marked out and cut so we can sit it down to make sure where we're at. I didn't want to cut this and then get the shift mechanism in and then it's hitting and then it just messes everything up. So I think, well, that's where that flashlight went. Well, it's still on too. That's pretty good. Anyway, I didn't want to have to go and refigure all that out. So put the tank on. We're going to cut it and get it fitted to make sure that we look good everywhere, because it has been a while since we cut it. I think the last time the tank was actually on is when we did the front suspension and the shocks. Actually, there's the shocks, because then we cut those notches out. So we're going to fit that, get it measured. Aiden's going to get inside here when we put the lid down, so he can kind of mark like 1 inch off of each of these, and then we'll cut it out and put it on, see how it fits, trim a little bit or whatever. But I want to get that done. Because then I can start working on the shift mechanism. I know we're good on our height there. And then when the radiator comes, we can get that mounted, and then we can do our final cut to separate the top tank into 2 pieces. And then we'll work on our back section to tilt the tank up in the front, whatever, for access. But I think this was needed first before we did the shift mechanism. So now that we got that cut off and trimmed, we can go ahead and start the shift mechanism. I think it's going to be a little bit tougher than what I'm thinking. I have an idea, but I got a lot of Heim joints. I don't know. We'll see. We'll figure it out, right? I mean, one way or the other. So anyway, this was a little bit quicker video, but that had to be done at some point. So I went ahead and got it done now. It's out of the way. Put it back up on the top. So now we can move forward and do the shift mechanism and then start getting the cockpit, all that kind of stuff. But getting the gussets, everything cut out, it's a matter of time. So now or never. right, we did some light trimming around the edges, and we're gonna go for take 2 again. Or not again, but that's up to there. I checked the back. That looked a lot better there. Oh, there, that's perfect in the back. You just hit your shin. Been there 100 times. All right, let's check the front. Shift that way just a smidge. Dang, man, that looks good. Got the tank fitted. It looks pretty awesome. Got our opening up there with our cone in the back. Look at that. Yes. Man, that looks good. Boy, it looks like something now, doesn't it? Whoo-wee, boys. Yes. Looks awesome. I mean, well, yeah, man. This looks freaking cool. So this is the first time I've seen it with it on. We really haven't done it since we split the tanks. I think we've had it on, a couple times, but we didn't have everything else even close to this. But this gives it, man, you can see it now for sure. I went ahead, I was going to do the shift mechanism, but I went ahead and I had to cut the shifter so I could kind of see where our tank would sit, but I know I needed to see where this was going to be at, especially since the radiator stuff will be here soon. We'll end up probably cutting right through here somewhere. Still need to clean up these edges and stuff, but the plan, as far as I'm going right now, is we'll have our half hoop here that kind of comes down and this kind of terminates back here in theory. So I want to get this done and try to make sure I knew where it was at, get the gussets out. So that part's done. Plus Aiden was here, my son, he could help me get it on here and stuff like that. I think it looks pretty awesome. Everything fit back together really well. What do you think? Looks good? I think it looks good too. It actually looks like something now. Big time. So yeah. Well, it looks freaking awesome. The tank being on here. It looks like a belly tank. It looks mean. It looks cool. Way better than in my head, I guess. It's been off for so long, you kind of forget what it looks like. But man, it's awesome. The only really thing else we have to do for the tank on the top is we'll make our little scoop, a little aerodynamics or something like that. We'll figure that out a little bit, but I can do that off. So that's not a big deal. But man, let me know what you think. Does it look pretty cool? I think so. Yeah, that was a quick video. We're gonna start working on the shift mechanism now. I don't know if I've been pushing it off or dreading it, but got to do it at some point. I can't ride it in neutral. So yeah, that's it. I appreciate it. We've been getting some pretty good views, some good numbers. Anywhere from 3 to 600, which is good for me considering I only have 300 subscribers. So if you are one of those 300 to 600 people watching this and you haven't hit the subscribe button, if you would just please hit it real quick. It's greatly appreciated. I do appreciate you all coming to watch these, and it does help the analytics of YouTube to grab my video and do recommendations to other people to help try to grow it. So please like it, subscribe it, and if you have any questions, comments, please comment away, and I'll try to respond best I can. So I appreciate it, and I'll see you next Friday. Have a good one.